All right, so this video is going to be about separating from demons. My last video was how to recognize angels or demons. Yeah, how to start recognizing them. So this one's going to be how to separate from demons. So like a lot of us, especially in the Western part of the world, we've been indoctrinated. So like all these pagan holidays from Christmas, Easter, Halloween, just all these holidays that have been pushed on us from a young age that the masses tend to participate in. The music that we listen to, life and death being in the tongue, and that not being really taught to us at a young age, but we're taught about Native Americans, Indians, You mean the natives? How could the aboriginals of this land be Native American? This was their land before it was America. And just how the music has just taken such a turn. We used to have very powerful artists like Lauryn Hill, Public Enemy, Run DMC. And even before that, if we start going back to like the original R&B, blues, rock and roll, a lot of the music was very uplifting, very powerful. The frequency, when you listen to a song or something and it catches you and you just catch yourself in the energy, whether that energy is high or whether that energy is low. You listen to like, for instance, if you listen to something like Jay Howe, if you can relate, you'll get in your feelings about the music. If you listen to something like Kodak Black, if you can relate, then you're going to get into the music, you know what I mean? Listen to something like some drill music, you're going to get in the vibration of that. And it's not by coincidence. Music is a form of math. And they don't teach us about frequency in traditional Western school. Like when on the radio, like for instance, for a lot of people who just listen to basic radio, they play the same songs over and over and over again. This certain frequency that they really want the world operating off of. And that's a form of a demon, the frequency that you're ingesting. It's very important that we start to monitor what we're ingesting, what we're feeding off of, whether it's the actual food that we're eating, staying away from GMOs, eating to live, and also staying away from malicious frequencies like detrimental music. And for a long time, I wanted to make videos. I just wasn't too sure about what I wanted to make or how I was going to make it. But for a long time, I've wanted to make a living off of my content. I'm very artistic. I love to paint. I love to draw. I love to write. And for a while, I had lost that. I had let go of those talents that I have, but I'm coming back and I'm going to make these videos. So back to the subject, separating from demons. We're vessels, and so we have the ability to be influenced by negative energies and positive energies. We just have that ability. And a lot of the times, coming out of the ghetto, a lot of our folks will be hypnotized, traumatized, and they pass that on to the next generation. And that can also be a form of a demon. you know, similar drug habits. One parent has a drug habit, the next thing you know, the offspring has that same drug habit. Or you got a parent who abandons their children, next thing you know, the children are abandoning their children when they come to childbearing age. People playing off of heartstrings when it's really about loyalty, you know, being loyal to who's loyal to you. I remember growing up, they used to have a saying like, oh, blood is thicker than water, blood is thicker than water. In some sense, not all situations. Sometimes your blood could be your worst enemy. So it's just about recognizing what path you want to go on and knowing how people really feel for you and where you actually stand in the situation. Like I was watching Disney Channel the other day, and I saw this. It was wild. They had, instead of it saying "We love Santa," they moved the N and put it at the end of the word. And so they were no longer saying that they love Santa. They were saying they love a malicious entity that's very low in vibration. And I just was like, wow, they're not even hiding it no more. Like, they're not hiding it at all. They're making sure that it's being known. So I just think that it's very interesting that it's coming out. It's already been there. The signs have already been there, but now is the time that they're really just blatantly putting it in the children's face, trying to make it okay with them. Got to separate from the demons, like even with the food, GMOs, genetically modified organisms, like everything that the Creator created is perfect and does exactly what it's supposed to do. So why would we be ingesting man-made food when the Creator has given us sufficient food that the Creator has created that is going to do exactly what it's designed to do, electric foods? It's just wild. And the fact that live spelled backwards is evil, and they basically have the masses living backwards, moving backward, living the opposite way of what they're supposed to be. You gotta separate from it. Like, my goal is to have a farm and grow livestock and grow my own food and teach my kids how to really be self-sustainable with agriculture, like fish farming, hydroponics. That's what I'm gonna do. Like, that's my plan. That's my next move. I really plan to make more than specialty doctors off of my social media, my YouTube, my TikToks. That's what I want to do. Live my life, travel the world, and help the world with, knowledge. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people out here giving knowledge, but I want to be a part of the solution instead of a part of the problem. I feel like I've been a part of the problem in this world for too long. And so I want to set a good example for my children. So, make sure that you are building a connection with your Creator. Separate from all these toxic energies, whether it's the artificial food, whether it's the music that you're listening to. Next time you hear a song that you like, listen to what it's actually saying. Listen to the words, word for word. Go online, look up the lyrics, and see what you're manifesting, what type of chant you're chanting. Like the Pied Piper, you'd be singing along, getting cast straight into hell, walking straight into into the depths of hell without even knowing it. It's time for us to do a lot better. It's up to us to make sure that we're okay. We can't depend on the mainstream, anything. All right, thanks for stopping by this video. Until we meet again.